Greetings, badasses. How are you doing today? Craziness on the farm is that it was 85 degrees this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hot. I mean, hot. It's all fine. It's all fine and dandy. It just means that a lot of my stuff that I was going to do outside, I probably won't do today because, super hot. 85 degrees, 8 o'clock. That is not a good sign. Let's see, what am I doing? I am instrumentally. Where's my instrumental? Let me see if I haven't my instrumental music. Nope. Instrumental. What do you mean you couldn't find? No. Oh, because it's my library. Hold, please. Instrumental music. Do I want instrumental popular? Do I want to do that? I'm going to try this. I will tell you this. Oh, no, I'm going to the greatest instrumental hits. That's what I'm doing. I used to have a massage therapist who loved an instrumental, like it was like instrumental covers of it was elevator music, right? Have you guys have all been there? And it was so distracting. In a massage because, it's all this instrumental like pop music, but done in a calming and very like what I would call relaxation spa way. Oh, so irritating. Anyway, today's Pilates. So I'm Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. And today is not even yoga. It is Pilates, mat Pilates, because if we improve the strength of our and the awareness of our core, running from the knees to the shoulders, we improve the overall effectiveness of everything else we do, right? That's the bottom line. I will quote one of my favorite literature characters. It is the art of the controlled movement of the body, which is as vague as, vague is. Anyway, we're going to start. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to be using a blanket to pad my knees. The only thing I will say, this is my qualification of any kind of mat you're using. So I only use my yoga mat. This yoga mat is not squishy. Your yoga mat should not be squishy, okay? Because that affects your placement. It affects your stability. You're going to hyper flex into your wrists. You're going to, flare up that carpal tunnel if you've got it. Same goes for Pilates. So anything we're going to do on hands and knees, I want you to put the heels of your hands on the floor, not on the mat, if you're going super squishy. The benefit of a super squishy mat or a cushion when you're doing Pilates is that it's a lot like we're pressing our body weight into the mat. And so, I'm going to cushion like the head of my humerus, right? Or my elbows, I won't be on my elbows. I'll be on my forearms. I don't worry about that, but, cushioning my knees. So, just be mindful that your cushioning is serving its cushioning purpose, but not wonking out your stability or hyperflexing or extending your joints, right? Protect your joints. The whole point of Pilates is to protect our joints. Improve our posture, improve our overall balance, which means we're more mobile. Our mobility is critical as we get older. Falling's a bitch. You don't want that to happen. You know what? Let me change that. Falling's a dick, because dicks are dicks, right? I really want you to be stable on your feet always, because falling at our age is bad. Falling is bad. Falling is bad. Big bada boom, bad. Let us we're just gonna start. We're gonna jump into Pilates push-ups. So last time we did a version of these on the wall, so that you could get the feeling of the activation of the core from the chest to the hips. Today we're gonna do these on the mat, and we're gonna go from there. We're also gonna do some plank, which I think we're gonna do in moderation today. We're gonna modify it. And then we're moving on. So grab some water. Oof. Make sure you're comfortable. If you need a cushion, get your cushion. And let's start. I am going to leave my blanket off the mat for Pilates push-ups, only because it kind of wonks out the alignment of my spine. And yeah, let's do it. Let's do it to it. All right, so we're going to start on our belly. I'm going to go to forearms. I want a nice wide positioning of the arms. My forearms are in alignment with the mat, and I'm on the edge of my hands. Whew. Just taking a little stretch here. Oh, okay. We're going to tuck our toes under the feet, and I'm going to bring my body down to the mat, forehead in parallel to the floor. I want you to inhale, pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale, and I want you to press up into the plank. We're holding. Inhale. We're going to rock forward slightly to the tips of our toes and come down all in one movement. All right, inhale. Check in with the Pilates zip up. Exhale. I'm pressing back into the feet. My knees are soft. 3, coming forward to the tips of the toes and coming down. Inhale. Exhale. Push back into the balls of the feet. Soften those knees. Rock forward off the balls to the tips of the toes. Lower the body in control. That was that 3 or 4? I want to say it's 4. We have 4 more to go. Inhale. Exhale. Sip. Lean forward. Rock forward. Come down. That was 2. Was that 1? 3 more to go. I'm opening my shoulder blades. I'm hollowing the belly up. I'm in the balls of the feet, soft in the knees. Rock forward just to the toe tips. And come down. 2 more. Holy crap. Whose idea was it to start like this? It was mine. Last one. Rock forward and come down. Let it go. Holy Toledo. Now can you feel that? From your triceps down to your knees. And I'm actually feeling that stretch in my feet. I'm going to rock up to my knees. And now I'm patting my knees because we're going to modified plank. Actually, I might go to plank, but I'm going to show you the modification first. Grabbing some agua. Keep yourself hydrated. I didn't fill this up before I started. My bad. All right. Here we go. Heels of the... So there's 2 ways you can do this. You could go to low plank, which is basically what we just did. So we're going to do 8 planks in a row. I wasn't going to put my hair up, but I'm starting to sweat, so I am. Oh, you know why? I got to shut this window. For those of you who missed last week's episode, Thomas, our senior cat, pissed and shit in the yoga room, all the while giving me the dead eye. Asshole. Actually, he did it and then dead-eyed me. And so I've had this window open for a while to air it out because nothing, including cleaning the carpet, made any difference. And it's hot in here. Okay, And I was wondering why I was getting a blast of hot air. It's because it's hot outside. All right. So we're going to plank it, right? Plank. Now, we'll talk a little bit about it. Your hips should be a little higher than you think they should be, right? I want you to, I'm going to leave that sentence there. It was clunky, but I'm going to leave it there. Soften the elbows. And the same will go for the modified version. So there's 3 modifications here, and I'm going to show you each one. The first one is low plank. On my elbows, no, I'm not on my elbows, I'm on my forearms. I'm going to step into plank. I want you to be soft in the knees, and my hips are a little high. And I'm going to hold here, right? We're going to hold for 4 breaths. Then we're going to come down and rest, and then we're going to go up 8 times. Okay, second modification. Soften the elbows on the knees. I'm going to move the heels of my hands out really far in front of me so that I can rock into this plank. I'm going to come forward. Look at, I've softened my knees. I'm shrugged out of the shoulders. I'm going to, and then I'll rock back and take a break, right? We're going to do that, right? 8 times. I think I'm going to go low plank just to, or maybe I'll do that modification. Anyway, or, right, you can do full plank. This is the part where it gets real important. The heels of your hands need to stay out in front of your body, right? We don't want 90 degrees on those wrists. So I'm going to step back. I want soft in the knees, and I'm lifting my hips slightly. Just imagine keeping your body in parallel with the mat and staying soft in the knees and elbows. And then you can come down for the rest on the knees. All right, so those are the 3 versions. I might alternate. No, I'm going to stick with the low plank. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm going to do. We're going to do 8 reps, 4 breaths, 4. Each time you're doing that, I want you to pull up and in. I want you to follow that Pilates zip up from the pelvic floor all the way to the rib cage, right? Don't sink into shoulders. Don't sink into hips. I want you hollowed up away from the mat. Excuse me. All right. Whew. Starting now. Take your rest. Big inhale, big exhale, and let's go again. Sorry, I was breathing real heavy into this microphone. Take a big inhale and exhale. Run your Pilates zip up. Step into it. Now, no matter what version, well, in any of the versions where you're on your feet, remember, keep those knees soft. Coming down. And releasing. We have 3 more to do. I'm going to rock and roll my ankles and wiggle my toes a little bit. Here we go. That was 3. And here we go. 2. And 1. And release. Oh, I'm going to take a long stretch out with my arms. Oh. So I'm feeling that hard in my upper back. Rhomboids, latissimus dorsi. Whew. Whew. Teres minor, subscap. Whew. If you did the modification on your knees, I think you're going to go a little deeper into the core. I guess we should have talked about this before. And if you did the full plank, you're getting the whole, it's a more balanced combo. Whew. All right. That's going to leave a mark. All right. I'm taking a sip of air. Nope. I am sipping air. I'm going to take some water. That I didn't fill up. All right. We're going to do a mountain climber. And this is actually a toe-touching mountain climber. So mountain climber is a little more pike-ish. It's a little more like downward facing dog, right? Soften the elbows, tuck up into the feet, and I want you to feel balanced like a triangle between the heels of the hands and the balls of the feet, right? This is pike pose. Scoop the belly. We're going to inhale, and I'm going to exhale. I'm going to bring my knee in and touch the toe and step back. Now I'm rocking forward a little. Scoop and back. And back. Now, in a cardio class, we would be doing this fast, and you would be slamming into the ball of your foot. And release. We're going to take a little rest. Shake out those wrists. But when we're doing them in Pilates, we're taking all of that momentum out. I want you to, it's all about, right, taking the momentum out of the movement, controlling the way your body's moving, and really feeling the activation of the muscles. Whew. So that one, I'm feeling my arms, and I'm going all the way down into my core. So we're going to do a second round. That was 6. We're going to do a second round of 6. We're going to change the angle of the toe touch. And then we're going to do a third round of 6 and take that toe as far forward as you can in a quote-unquote sort of a true mountain climber, right? I don't know, mountain climbers. I think sometimes you do them here and sometimes you do them, out. So we're going to do 3 different angles of the feet. You ready? All right. I'm going to be a little further back, coming up to the feet. Soften the elbows, soften the knees. Pull that pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. I'm going to go out to the side of the mat and back. And out to the side of the mat and back. Now I'm sipping air. I'm holding, and then I'm exhaling when I move. That was 3. One more. Come on down. Whew. Take your rest. Definitely feeling the upper back here, feeling my ribs. And I know I'm feeling my core because I'm starting to feel that heat in my low back. Shake out those wrists. All right. We're going to sweep that foot all the way around and take the toe as far forward as we can. This is all on you, right? So I want you to be working in your most comfortable range of placement. And I will say this, you're not going to get your foot as far forward as you would necessarily in a cardio class where you're running through those mountain climbers. This is all body weight work, right? We want to strengthen the whole entire body. So we're working all of these muscles concurrently. I call it co-concentric work. I might have made up that word. I don't know, but that's okay. And so I'm definitely feeling it. I'm validating your feelings. All right, here we go. Also, I'm talking a lot to take a pause in this movement. Catch my breath. All right, soften the elbows, shrug those shoulders. Come on up into pike's pose. Soften the knees. Hollow the belly. We're inhaling. All right, and I'm going to take my toe up and out and back. Now, that was a thumpy one. And you can see the temptation is to stamp that foot down. Coming on down. Whoo. Come on down. Whew. Take your rest. Definitely feeling the upper back here, feeling my ribs. And I know I'm feeling my core because I'm starting to feel that heat in my low back. Shake out those wrists. All right. We're going to sweep that foot all the way around and take the toe as far forward as we can. This is all on you, right? So I want you to be working in your most comfortable range of placement. And I will say this, you're not going to get your foot as far forward as you would necessarily in a cardio class where you're, running through those mountain climbers. This is all body weight work, right? We want to strengthen the whole entire body. So we're working all of these muscles concurrently. I call it co-concentric work. I might have made up that word. I don't know, but that's okay. And so I'm definitely feeling it. I'm validating your feelings. All right, here we go. Also, I'm talking a lot to take a pause in this movement. Catch my breath. All right, soften the elbows, shrug those shoulders. Come on up into pike's pose. Soften the knees. Hollow the belly. We're inhaling. All right, and I'm going to take my toe up and out and back. Now, that was a thumpy one. And you can see the temptation is to stamp that foot down. Coming on down. Woo. Stop recording. Stop recording. All right, we're going to move into a single-legged crouching tiger. So crouching tiger is, actually we're going to do a double dip and then we're going to go a single dip. So it's kind of a hip twist. I want to take my hands, so same thing, I'm going to come into a pike's position. Soften the elbows, soften the knees, shrug the shoulders. Inhaling, scoop the belly, run up your Pilates zip. Inhale, exhale. Take the knees down, but don't touch the mat. Inhale and exhale. Now, I want you to feel your feet. Don't run into hyper flexion of the toes. So you don't have to go all the way down to the mat. But I want you to pause right here. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Coming on down. I chose wrong on my playlist, so I'm gonna switch this music out. Sorry. Woo! Shake out your let's try this one. There we go. Okay. Okay, we ready to do the single-legged variation of that? And this is a hip twist. So I'm going to come into that pike's position. Soften the knees, soften the elbows. Scoop up your zip, Pilates zip. Inhale, exhale, roll, tuck the knee. Scoop up, tuck the knee, and scoop up. Really hollow out the belly. I'm starting to feel this. You can see I'm shaking. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, oh, howdy. How we doing? Feeling that. Feeling it, feeling it, feeling it. All right. So we're going to come to our feet. And I'm going to move my blanket. Because we're going to do some lunging. And lunging is, this is a different kind of lunge because we're going to be we're adding an element of instability, and I'll show you a modification or a lighter version to our twisting, to our core work, to our oblique work. Actually, this is going to be internal and external obliques. So I'm coming up to stand. I don't know what this is going to do to my camera angle. Is my head going to get cut off? And we're good. All right. So the first one we're going to do is an alternating lunging twist. So this is a crescent lunge, twisting crescent lunge. This is what we would do in yoga, but we hold. And rather than hold, we're going to unwind and do it again. Okay? So 2 placements of feet are possible. I'm going to be nice and wide, so my feet are this far apart as we move into the lunge. So I'm going to go left leg forward, and I'm going to step right foot back. Now, you can make this a nice deep lunge. That's okay. Or you can come in and keep it shallow. Both of these are going to be effective. I want you to feel stability, okay? So we're going to come here. Oh, I'm using a stability ball. You don't have to. You can just press the heels of your hands together. Drop your shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades back a little bit. Low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go in super slow because I felt myself hurrying and I started to get wobbly on my feet. That's how you'll know that you are moving too quickly, is that your body will tell you, your feet will tell you. 4 more. 4, 3, sorry, I'm whistling. 2, there we go. And 1. Unwind, step forward. Whoo, take a little rock. Feeling my hips, I'm feeling my glutes, my hamstrings, my adductors. Hi, Chihuahua. All right, I'm gonna take my left foot back. Same position. If you wanna be shallow, be shallow. Just make sure you have that wide stance, wide placement of feet. I'm a little forward, right, over my thigh. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, scoop the belly. Belly button, ribs, squeeze the heels of the hands together or press into this ball. Inhaling, exhale. That I messed up the breath. There we go. Okay, I just noticed I was moving real quick there. Did you see I started to wobble on my feet? So that's a great measure of your stability and your speed. I want to keep it fluid. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Whoo, howdy. Say hello to your quads. All right. So we're going to come down and do that same thing in seated position. Now, again, because I'm going to be digging my sit bones and into the mat, I'm going to come to the blanket because we're going to take a little boat pose. These are Russian twists, but they're Pilates Russian twists, right? So we're going to take out all of the momentum. Whew. I'm going to hold on to my ball, and I'm going to add an element here. And I'm going to add this smaller stabilization ball in between my knees. So I'm getting double whammied here. You don't have to. If you can keep your legs stable, right, in a comfortable position, we're just going to take a tiny tilt back for that Russian twist. Scoop the belly. I have a hard time finding my pelvic floor in this position. I'm going to tilt right here. Also, let me say this. There's a way to modify this if you don't have a stability ball. Take a can of tomato sauce. This is 1 pound. This is 2 pounds. This is 2 pounds. And I'm going to take it twist and twist. Now, I'm going to use the tension ball, which is really going to do the same thing, right? So those are different ways you can operate. You could grab a blanket and squeeze a blanket or a pillow between your knees if you want to. Actually, I'm not going to do that one because I'm already feeling a hip cramp. Whoo, howdy. I'll take a little stretch this way. That's those adductors working. Whew. All right. Am I? No, I'm good. Whew. Taking my tilt here. Inhale, exhale. Whew. I'm driving my elbow back and my shoulder blade. We also do this sometimes with an arm extension. And it's a little more effective on the reformer because you put your feet on a spring or you have your arms in the straps and use the spring weight, which I love. Benefits of a reformer. Cons, they're really fucking expensive. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! All right, I'm feeling that one all the way from the knees to my ribs. I'm gonna grab an easy drink of water. That's not what I was gonna say. Sip of it. I'm just gonna take a sip of water. All right. So we're going to come into seated position and we're going to do what's called a roll up. And this one you are going to have to figure out the right work insofar as how to adjust your legs to help lever you without momentum. So a roll up, we're going to start with the roll down and then we're going to roll up. I'm going to keep my legs extended. I'm staying on the blanket because we're going to use this again in a minute. Little rock side to side. Bringing my arms out into my hug a tree. Inhaling, exhaling. I'm going down for the roll up. I'm going to go so slow, so slow, so slow. Inhaling, stretch. Really reach out. I'm bumping into this ball. Inhaling. I'm going to slide down a skosh. Hold on. So that I can, there we go. Don't have enough room even now. All right, my arms are still open like a red wine goblet, right? Inhaling, exhale. Now, I'm just going to bring my hands to eye level. Inhale, exhale. And here's where you might bring your feet in. So you might bring your feet in, and now we're going to roll up. and lift. Rolling down. So notice I'm not flopping down, and I'm going to try to avoid throwing myself up. Now, I do take a little lift of the leg to add that lever. Right there, so that I can pivot into this lift, but I'm not going fast. Once I get off the mat, I'm unwinding at the same pace as I did when I lowered. Scoop, 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 scoop. Oh, I'm getting stuck. We have one more. I don't know, I might get stuck. So avoid flopping down. Whoo! All right, I gotta think about this one. I'm gonna really focus on form. It's the last one. Oh, I did kind of throw myself up a little bit. Oh, and now take a fold. All right, that last one was a little sloppy. Not gonna lie. But you know what? We're getting fatigued. We're doing a lot of core work, a lot. This is all centered on when I talk about core, right, I'm talking about your quads, your adductors, your piriformis, your glute medius, your transverse abdominis, your internal and external obliques, your pecs, your teres minor and subscap, your rhomboids, your latissimus dorsi, all of those things, all those little intercostal muscles between the ribs. That's what I mean by the core. What we've been doing today has been primarily centered on activating the transverse abdominis and the internal and external obliques, the rhomboids, the latissimus dorsi, and then all of the other, can't think of the word, other muscles, right, have been activated as part of that movement. But we're really focusing on this heat. This is me stalling. All right, we did our roll-ups. Let's come down to our back. And we're gonna do the same bridge twisting that we did. We did the crouching tiger, the single-legged crouching tiger, which was a twist, right? A hip twist. And we are going to do that again, but we're gonna do it in a different direction. So when we were in pike, in crouching tiger, quote unquote, we were dropping the hip toward the mat and lifting. What we're going to do here is drop the glute toward the mat and then press lift with the hip, right? So pull those feet real close to the glutes. Now I'm going to go to cactus position with the arms because I find myself pushing into the mat when I'm in traditional bridge. And then I'm forcing my weight into my hands. So I'm not necessarily lifting with the core. You could also, maybe I'll try it with just my triceps in contact with the mat. That might help me focus, and I can just rest my hands right here where all of the energy should be, right? Where I'm going to change that, where we want the energy to be focused. All right. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up. Oh yeah, this is going to work. I want you to be flat in your shoulder blades. I want you to feel engaged. I'm getting stretch in my quads. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the left hip. Just the left hip. Just the left hip. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the hip. Lift the hip. Lift the hip. Now scoop. Right hip. Stabilize with the core. scoop and tighten. Squeeze those glutes up at the end. All right, I'm rolling my shoulders forward, so I want to press my shoulder blades toward the mat because I was losing the core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Oh, you know what would be a really good way to amp that energy up? The next time we do that, I'm going to add the stability ball, the little purple one. So we'll stabilize my knees, right? And in doing that, I'll take out any extra rocking. Whew, it'll be hot. It'll be a hot one. All right, we're finishing off with our Pilates bicycles. And this is just slow-mo. This is a slow-mo bicycle. And in addition, to slow our bicycles down, we are extending our legs, which means we're feeling, we're challenging that pelvic floor. I really have to challenge to get my pelvic floor activated in this position. There's probably a biological, like biomechanical reason. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. I don't know if I've ever looked it up. All right, low belly, belly button, ribs. My fingers are just touching the back. I'm like, my fingertips are together. I'm just resting my head on my fingertips. My chin is tucked, and I'm going to chest lift. Inhale, just chest lift. Whew. So look at how tiny that is. Inhale, exhale. I'm rotating and bringing the knee up. Inhale, exhale. Whew. I'm staying in my chest lift and lengthening the leg. Inhale, exhale. Staying in my chest lift. Tuck your chin. Did you see me? My nose started to think it could lift my upper body. How are we doing? Can't talk while I'm activating and breathing. Four more. 4. 3. My next, I gotta shake my head a little. Take that tension out of the neck. 2. And 1. Oh, and release. Oh. Bringing the fingers underneath the backs of the knees. Let's take a gentle rock and roll. Inhaling. And come on up. Whew. Extend into the forward fold. Oh my goodness. Little rock across the body. Take their left hand to the right foot. Feeling that stretch through the transverse abdominis. It's connected to the top of the pelvic cradle. Oh, big stretch up. Roll those shoulders back. All right, we're going to take the heels of the hands. Actually, I want to move this blanket. Okay. I'm going to lean back into the heels of the hands, but my fingertips are going to stay close to my glutes. I want big bend in the elbows, but rock the shoulder blades back and take that lean and then lift. Unwinding and reaching out for that forward fold again. I am shaking. I am shaking all over. That is a sign of fatigue. That is the sign of a very effective workout. Ooh, I'm turning this way. Soft rock side to side. Soles of the feet coming on in. Take the hands underneath the feet and draw up. Knees draw down. Body draws up. This is Baddha Konasana, bound cobbler. Tilt the ear to one side. Oh. Bow the chin. Ooh. Tilt the ear to the other side. Ooh, I'm having some big. And come on into the bow. Little roll of the body. Okay, let's go very, as wide of an angle as you have. Little rock side to side. Walk those heels out if you can. And just take a pivot of the body forward. Oh, this is hamstring, adductor. Oh. I'm going to take a big tilt over to one side. Coming on down, take a big tilt. Oh, over to the other side. Walking hands up. I'm going to come into pleasant seated pose. So this first round, I'm going to take left foot forward because I'm going to turn to the left. So we're going to twist. Big inhale. Take the right arm across to the left knee. And I want to press up out of the spine. So I'm pushing into the mat behind me and lengthening the spine upward, but I'm keeping my shoulders tucked and my neck engaged. Nope. I don't know. My ears, tucking my shoulders away from my ears. That's what I meant to say. Oh, whew. Taking my right foot forward because I'm going to turn to the right. My right hand is pressing me up so that I'm keeping my spine nice and long. Left hand goes across to the other side of the body, and I'm leaning. I'm not leaning, I'm twisting up. Inhaling, let's take a big lateral extension. Taking it over. Touch the head, fingers to the head, and drop that shoulder or the elbow toward the top of the ear. I'm feeling that right down that teres minor. Inhaling. Coming over, big lateral stretch here. Then take the fingertips to the back of the head, and now I'm tucking into that teres minor. Bring the heels of the hands back behind you. Rest the backs of the hands next to the hips. Drop the shoulders back. Squeeze them down. And take a little forward fold here. So really, let's switch the legs. Take another forward fold. When we do all these stretches, this is just me, so I won't push this on you. When I know, that's how I know we did activate all of these muscles that maybe didn't feel activated, right? Kind of invisibly active is when we start stretching. Hey, we did it. We did it. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the fitness bullshit. There's plenty of other bullshit. Today was Pilates, and I would really encourage you. Here's my this is my holy trinity: yoga, Pilates, calisthenics. Right? These things work together in a relationship that helps our overall physical wellness, right? We are improving our mobility. We are increasing our core strength, which improves our balance, and it helps you do everything else that you're going to do in your daily routine. So that's why I do what I do. I will be adding cycle to that, and I'm not sure. I haven't been on a bike in 2 years, so on a cycle. So I'm going to get my tushy on that cycle, and I think I'm going to start that. Do I want to start that before our trip? I don't know. I'll think about it. That being said, I wish for you what I would love to have for myself: abundance, joy, freedom, independence, self-autonomy. Right, all of those things. That's what I wish. Grace and kindness, people. Grace and kindness. We are all human beings. And even if you don't have to like everybody, but I would invite you to, this is about as hippy-dippy as I'm going to get, and this actually probably doesn't apply to most of my audience because we do this already, we recognize that the people that we interact with, other people they have parents like we have parents. They have trauma like we have had trauma. They are just trying to live their best life like we are trying to live our best life. The difference between, I think the big difference between the capital U, us, and the capital T, them, is that we are not trying to force them to do anything differently than they're already doing. We're just asking them to leave us the fuck alone, right? Drink wine, do yoga, and fucking fight fascism. That's where I'm at. Ciao.